Oh my gosh, I just now noticed for the first time that those big old brutes have like the Dutch boy paint like haircut. What the like that definitely
Wait,
takes
what?
away some of the like intimidation. Look at him. Look at his
Oh
hair. Look at it.
yeah.
What the
I've never noticed that.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Sloth Gaming. We are playing Hades. This game is all over the internet lately. Everybody's talking about it, even though it's
Because
been
it's
out
so
for a while.
good. It's so
Pretty
good.
sure. Yeah. It is good. We tried to do this one like a few weeks ago, and like all we recorded was this screen for 3 hours.
Yeah, well, I hit record, and then all it recorded was this, and then it just froze. It recorded my voice fine, and all the other audio.
We had really good conversations, which is sad.
Which will never be heard again.
Yeah, we had such really good. We had like super deep, fun conversations about like how not to act when you're getting massages, and
Right.
about
That's right.
like how migraine syndrome works and like all kinds of stuff. We discovered the meaning of life and how to solve world hunger. But
we had to delete it all.
Yeah, we ended up having to delete everything, so it doesn't matter. So that sucks.
I guess
we're starting fresh.
Yeah, I'm gonna start fresh. I'm not gonna watch through all this, but well, I guess maybe I have to. But so we started a new save because I've beaten this game a few times over, and last time I just wanted to give Chris like a preview of basically what the game was and how it worked, how it functioned. And so I started from scratch, and then now I'm doing that again. He kind of knows how it works now, but
yeah. And I've even gotten to play it a little bit since, so that I get a little bit of understanding how the mechanics work, and that I'm bad at it, which is a surprise to no one. Actually, I did okay. I got to the first boss and died.
Yeah,
a few times. So there we go.
It's challenging.
Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, I just now noticed for the first time that those big old brutes have like the Dutch boy paint like haircut. What the like that definitely takes away some of the like intimidation. Look at him. Look at his hair.
Yeah.
Look at it. What the
I've never noticed that. It looks like they're wearing a funny skin they got. They unlocked a funny like hat.
Stupid. Yeah, like I was like, man, these big brutish dudes, they look so intimidating looking, but he's just like, oh, well, you need a club? Yeah. Let me come a club you. You hold still for my club, please. Oh, yes.
Okay. So the way
I have
this
a
works,
question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to ask you this question because so I've watched some other gamers and stuff play this, and I've seen some other people talk about it. Do you prefer, like, a lot of people have like builds in mind when they play this game, and some of that'll be either specific skill sets that they know that they want to do when they go in, as far as like what they're gonna try to get, and some of that might come down to like what gods they're gonna try to go for to get like boons from, whether it's things like Athena or Zeus or whatever, or the like they want to concentrate on getting very specific types of upgrades, or are you just kind of like, do you like to just wing it, just do whatever, and then you'll just pick, whatever you feel at the time?
Yeah.
Like what's your play style?
When you're starting, you don't really have an option. You kind of have to go with what you're given. But like as you sort of unlock some items, once you get favor with the gods, you can get some items that make it where specific types of god boons appear more readily. So you can be like, okay, this time I want to do an Athena run, which is kind of what I'm doing now, just because those are what are being presented to me. And so I'm going to wear this one item that makes her stuff spawn more often. Meaning,
Okay,
and
got it.
hers are primarily having to do with deflection. Like if things are shooting things at me, I can deflect them right now with my strike that has deflection on it. And we'll see what this is gonna do.
Okay, so
Like
for this one,
see,
you are doing like basically an Athena run kind of thing, is what your plan is.
yeah, which is how I
Ooh, a
kind of like to
rare.
play games in general. Like if I have the option, like let's say there are specific types of things I want to try to do, then I like to go kind of all in. I'm not a big fan of like trying to be like jack of all trades when it comes to runs in games like this. If I can
Yeah.
specify, if I can be like, okay, I want my attack to be really powerful. I don't care as much about my special or my dash or whatever. Then I'm going to focus on attack when I get the option to.
Which is why you're way better at games, because I'm not a planner. And like I am very much a just kind of like I go in and I don't consider anything. I'm just like, oh, that looks cool, I'll take that. And then I just move on and I don't even think about it, and half the time I forget like that I even have certain moves and don't even use them. So
Yeah.
that's basically, if you ever like, if anyone watches any games and you're like, why is Chris the way he is? Like, why is he playing like that? Now you know why, because like I'm not even thinking about it. I'm literally just like, ooh, fun. Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Oh
consider
god.
anything. I'm just like, I'm very ADD.
Okay, watch
Um,
deflection. That's what deflection
ooh,
does. I mean,
that's
now my
fun.
dash
See,
does
I
it too.
wouldn't have even like considered it. Like I just would have just been swinging and been like, oh, I'm sure it'll deflect something at some point. I'm not gonna try to deflect that. I just assume
Oh.
it'll work when I need it.
First run is
Which is why
rough because I
actually,
have no buffs or anything.
oh no.
So
You'll see
I
in
don't know
games,
if I'll make it.
I love passive abilities for that reason, because it means I don't have to think about how to use them.
Right.
Like I'm not joking. Like if there are good passives, I'm always gonna go for a passive. Because like the
No, I
less I
get you
have to like
there.
strategize, the better.
I understand that actually. Like I usually go for passives too when I get the option because you're right, you don't have to
Yeah,
think about it and it just powers up other moves.
exactly. Like I'd rather just like I mean, you and I have talked about this before, but like when it comes to games like let me just take I think a good example would be like the Diablo franchise. I'm very much like a barbarian is my default. I just want to jump
Mm.
into the fray and spin around and hit everything and
Yeah, you
just
don't
be
want to
chaotic.
overcomplicate things.
Yeah, I am a very chaotic kind of player. I just want to jump in and hit everything, and that's all I want to do. I want to spin around and hit everything.
Oh god. What's
So I
your
just want my passives to take care of everything else.
what's your preferred class in like D&D and stuff? Does it also follow those rules?
That's a hard question, because the only time I've ever gotten to be a player was when we originally started Party in Peril, and we know
Oh
how that
yeah.
turned out. So
Right.
so I've only ever played as one character. Well, I'll take that back, but I'll explain that in a minute. Um but in the first season of Party in Peril, it for whatever reason, I don't know if anyone is watching this and doesn't know us from our podcasts first, but just in case, hi, we're podcasters that are now
Hey,
doing Let's
yeah.
Plays as well. Hey guys, we have one podcast called Party in Peril. It's a D&D podcast where I am the dungeon master, but I was not the original dungeon master in season 1. I was originally just a player, and then some things took place and I had to replace the dungeon master halfway through the season. So I stepped up. I kind of had to write into the story a way to shelf my character in a way so I could concentrate on just being the dungeon master, because I didn't know how best to handle the situation. So there's a little insider info for if people are wondering why was Shepard in a coma for like so long? That's why, because I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't know how the hell I'm
he
gonna
got
do
basically
this.
written off the show for a little while
Yeah, well,
because of
yeah,
that.
because I'm like, because Shepard was very Deadpoolish in a way. Like he broke the fourth wall a lot, and I'm like, I can't do that and be a DM because like that's too
Yeah, because
much. Like
you
it
already see
wouldn't work
behind the
anymore.
right. You already see behind that wall.
Yeah, it
You
wouldn't
know
work
what's gonna
anymore.
happen anyway. Right.
So anyway, he was a Hexblade, which is a fighter, warlock. It's a multi-class, and I loved that. That was super fun. So yeah, by default, I mean, I immediately went for a melee class, but a melee class that had a little bit of magic to back him up. But the magic for him was stuff that was gonna be like, he didn't cast a whole lot of full-on spells aside from, um, God, there's one that he used to cast a bit, and I don't remember the name of it now, but most of his spells were stuff that would just enhance his melee kind of stuff. Like that was the plan, was just things that would enhance his fighting abilities. That was what I wanted to do. So he was still just kind of gonna be a jump into the fray and really go for it kind of character. That was my plan all along. So, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
so my point in asking you that was just yes, do you play your D&D characters like you do video game characters? I think you went astray and lost
Yeah, I
track
did
of
a
that.
little bit. Yeah, basically, yes.
Okay.
I did want to mention though, like, so there was another game that I forgot about. We didn't get to finish it because the pandemic hit. So we stopped really meeting. But my friend Brian, everyone knows him as Putty. We call him Putty. He was DMing this really fun game for us and a couple guys that was Marvel characters,
Oh yeah.
but we got pulled into a very Lovecraftian, like Doctor Strange Lovecraftian type setting. And just because I'm such a, like, I don't know, I'm such a scoundrel. When he asked what character, he was like, you can play any character. I'll come up with like an archetype for it and stuff like that. So of course I had to be as difficult as possible, and I chose Groot. Like the
Oh,
one character
nice.
that can't talk to anybody except say I am Groot. And of course that, you know, drove everybody a little bit nuts, but it was super fun.
Yeah, I need this health. Okay.
You're doing really good so far, man. Like,
No, I'm
you've
not. I'm not doing
no,
well.
you're taking some hits, but you're still alive. See, this is how my mind would work. Oh, purple. I'm gonna take that.
Yeah, if I used my special more, yes, that would be the way to go. But right now, I think I just want this because I need all the health I can get and or damage reduction. So, yeah, I'm gonna take that for now. And then this, and maybe able to power that up even. Or my attack. We'll do attack.
Having been a dungeon master a few times now, I think I would now play a character that would rely a lot more on I think I would rely a lot less actually on brute strength kind of stuff now, to be honest.
Yeah. Why is that? Oh my
Just
god.
because like,
I don't know if
oh
I'm
my
gonna live
god.
through this battle.
Yeah, probably not. Just because like I like there's so many more, I think there's so many more interesting things that could happen. Like I think I would spend a lot more time trying to figure out what else is in this room, or like what else is around here that I can use to my advantage. Instead of just trying to, like, you know, stab. stab, bludgeon, things like that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
what if there's this rope over here. Is there something connected to that I can cut and drop down on this person? Or, stuff like that.
Oh, sorry,
You're having a rough
right now.
time.
This first run's so tough because you have no bonuses.
Oh, Wedgie. I do love that every time he dies, like, they literally, it looks like an invisible, it's like Mage Hand giving him a wedgie right there. He's like, thanks, Dad, you dick. I do love Cerebus there.
Yeah,
What a good doggy.
and you have to
good
pet
boy.
him.
Yeah, you got to pet him every time.
And you can gain favor with Cerberus too, and
Cerberus.
get little
I said
buffs
his
from
name wrong.
him.
Oh, what a good boy. Rochelle's been going down that rabbit hole lately of looking at dogs in shelters and stuff like nearby. So I have the feeling that there may be a second dog in our future because
Oh my goodness.
she's constantly looking at shelters.
I can't imagine. The responsibility is wild. Like
Yeah,
Marco
it would
is
just
plenty
be
because every time we dog sit, I'm like, okay, Marco, you're perfect. All of their dogs are just like I don't. It's like when you're I don't know, when you're sitting other kids or see other people's kids. It's like, okay, they're cool for a little while, and you're like, oh wait, this is why I don't have kids.
yeah. Uh yeah, we feel like it'd be nice to have another, like, I think Ayla needs another, I don't know, she needs a little companion. She gets so bored and she gets so lonely. And she's
Yeah,
mellowed out so much. She's such a like chill dog now.
with bigger dogs, I think it's tough, especially when you're unless you're constantly exercising them because they have so much energy to burn.
Yeah, and Ayla's big. She's like 65 pounds of big dog that gets really bored.
Ready as I'll ever be. All right. Hopefully, you know what? The Athena run was a tough start too because deflection is not really where I needed to go right away since it doesn't really power up my attacks much. It just helps me deflect stuff, and it's like that's cool, but if you don't have any health or anything to back it up, it just requires a lot more micromanaging.
I think what you really
but if I can get a
feelings,
powerful attack,
there you go. Do that. Get a powerful attack. Attack.
Okay, I'm just gonna power up my special this time. See how that works.
Kill the Dutch boy.
Yeah. Sorry, Dutch boy.
What do you think the like thought process there was of like, let's make these big brute looking dudes. We'll make them really powerful and fearsome. Also give them the dumbest haircut.
Well, look at even the big dudes here. Like they have the same haircut or a similar one.
At least those are like, big tubby dudes. They're kind of silly looking anyway.
So it's the fact that the brutes have it that bothers you.
Yeah, the big strong guys. They just look silly. Like, I can understand the big dudes drinking wine looking kind of goofy. Oh, well, that's
I'm trying to be a lot more cautious this time. Well, yeah, the pomegranates power up the abilities that you already have.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is going smoother because I can cover a lot more area with my special.
Speaking of things being smooth, something that was not smooth was this movie you made me watch yesterday. Jesus, dude, why?
Oh, man.
Joseph made us watch the
Man.
worst movie. I gotta tell you, that was the worst movie I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'm not gonna disagree. Like it wasn't like bad. I watch like fun bad horror movies all the time. B horror movies are kind of my thing. This is like Z, or what's below Z as far as quality goes. It was like a student film, but not even like one that was trying. It was so lazy and I'm a big Full Moon fan too. Puppet Master is like one of the series that is like very
Puppet Master's
near and
cool,
dear
yeah.
to me, because that's when they still had budget. But then once they lost their budget and their funding, it's like they're still making stuff, but it's just like
They just gave up.
and they gave up. Yeah, because it's you know, you can use your constraints to your benefit and kind of approach it in a more artistic fashion, but instead they just took like the lazy route, and it's just not good. Like
Yeah.
nothing about it was redeemable.
You would think the idea of like, hey, we're gonna make Gary Busey a serial killer gingerbread man. You'd think there's some fun stuff you could do with it, and they managed to do everything like in the least fun way possible.
Right.
And yeah, instead it was an hour and a half or like an hour and 10 minutes of me just being sad. And that was it.
Well, you're just waiting for something entertaining to happen, and it never does.
It never does. It never does.
And it's not even, like I said, not even the fun bad. It's just like, oh
Yeah.
man, like you could have.
I mean, we love fun bad. Like Blood Lake was great, which was one that
Yeah,
we watched.
Blood Lake was pretty amazing.
That was, I mean, like if we want to talk a quality sense, Blood Lake is definitely the worst movie we've ever seen. But
yes, but
it was fun because it was so
right.
bad.
It was redeemed by that
Yeah.
fun factor
By
for
the
sure.
amount of laughs and ridiculousness of it.
Exactly.
But dang, this thing was just bad.
Yeah, Ginger Dead Man did not have that same redeeming quality.
So don't watch
At all.
Ginger Dead Man, friends. Don't watch it.
Yeah, moral of the story. And I don't know if Evil Bong, I just assume is going to be
I just
that
assume
bad,
it's gonna be
if not
bad.
worse.
Yeah.
Because there's also an Evil Bong versus Ginger Dead Man, and
Yeah, I just assumed they would all be the same kind of vein of like that style of stupid.
well, I guess it's just like that, like college humor type thing that they're going for, or like pothead humor, and it's like that's just not that
I
funny.
don't know. Like, even if I was high, I don't think I would have found that movie funny whatsoever. Of course, I'm not in college anymore, but like, if I was in college, I still don't think I would have found that funny. Like,
I don't
any
know
of
what the
that
kids
movie.
like nowadays.
Yeah, what do you kids like? Do you kids think Ginger Dead Man is funny? Please tell us. And if you do
So we can tell you you're wrong.
think it's funny, if you think it's funny, can you turn this off and not watch us anymore? We're just kidding. We need all the attention we can get. We'll take it from anybody.
Yes, please. No, don't turn it off.
So you're doing pretty decent right now. You're doing pretty decent in this run.
Doing all right. It's a little tough because all my power is put into this special, so I have to do it, and there's a delay on it, so it takes a second to.
I do like
To
the
do.
skull pyramid guy. He's fun. Ares, nice,
God
dude.
of War.
That is not what God of War looks like from what I've seen over the last several years of gaming.
Boy.
Or he's gotta talk like this.
Dash creates player. Attack special. Oh, I like that. Bonus damage.
Ooh, I like the Medusa statue there. That's fun. I saw, like, just goofing around yesterday. Well, I say goofing around. I was doing some artwork for
Oops.
a YouTube thumbnail for Nerd Sloth's newest podcast, A Little Spooky. So I was looking up stuff about like pictures for like cryptid stuff. And I saw something about a cryptid online dating sim. And I was like, we gotta look into that.
A cryptid online. Is it an actual video game?
Yeah. It's supposed to be a game.
Huh.
And I was like, that sounds fun.
Well, because there's already Monster Prom, which is like
That much is true, and they've got some cryptids in there. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like top of the line as far as dating sims go.
Yeah. I think this one is like full on like cryptids though. Like it's not like like Monster Prom, there's like a robot guy. and like demon people and stuff. I think this is literally like you've got Mothman, Bigfoot, stuff like that. Like they just straight up go with
Yeah.
straight up cryptids.
I wonder
Which
how
could
it
be
is
fun.
though.
I don't know. I'd have to.
And is it
I haven't looked
multiplayer?
for it on Steam yet. I'll have to look for it and see if it's any fun. But I just happened to see an image of it in Google when I was searching for stuff. So it's pretty cool. Like the image I saw looked fun.
Yeah, dating sims are something I have quite a few of because back when I was
They're just
streaming, they're just fun to stream and or to play with friends.
They can be funny. Yeah,
and
for
so
sure.
there will be more like dating sims in the future of probably either this gaming channel or back when I start my Twitch up again.
Oh hell yeah!
Just because
we'll
I
do
have
some
so
for sure.
many ready to go.
I
And
would love to see you play.
Monster Camp just came out too.
Yeah, I would love to see you play the Colonel Sanders dating sim.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the dog one too.
Oh yeah, that one's fun. That one's fun.
What is it? Best friend or man's best friend or something? I can't remember
It's
the name.
something like that. Best friends forever. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it's called.
Yes.
Best friends forever. I played a little bit of that one. That one was fun. I liked that.
This is my fight.
I remember playing that, and then like I was like my character was listening to the radio in the very beginning or whatever, and like there was some questionable stuff being said, and I was very confused. Ooh, I love his design. That was cool.
Poseidon. Yeah.
Dash.
Man, none of this stuff is benefiting me.
Poseidon just reminds me of Percy Jackson now.
That's better.
Why?
Percy Jackson. What?
Why?
'Cause he's the son of Poseidon.
Oh, I don't know anything about that world.
Quite a bit.
It's actually kind of fun. I don't know. The first movie was all right. The second movie was awful.
I'm back.
I'll say that. Sorry for
What
the
it-
Percy Jackson fans. That second movie's
What
terrible.
what are the movies called? And when did they come out? Like just Percy Jackson?
So Percy Jackson is the main character, and that's just kind of like the series is Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
Oh.
But the first movie is called Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Never seen it.
I think the second one is called Percy Jackson and I want to say the Sea of Monsters. I think.
Sounds cool.
Don't quote me on that one for sure. It sounds cooler than it is. It's not very good.
Oh.
Like that second movie
Oh,
is
God.
awful. But I mean the idea of it is cool, which is that like the gods are still, I mean, for one, real. And you know, they're still hitting it. The gods are still hitting it. They're still having kids on Earth, you know. And you know, they reach a certain age and stuff like that. I mean, it's basically like Harry Potter, but with like demigods in a
man.
way. Like they got to
know
be
what's
trained
good
and
is
stuff like that.
Blood of Zeus. The Netflix series Blood of Zeus is pretty awesome. Speaking
Oh
of
yeah,
gods,
I've seen that. I heard it's great. I
Oh,
do
it's
want to
so
watch
good.
that.
if you like
but
Castlevania,
yeah, Percy-
basically you'll like that.
Oh, I love Castlevania. I saw that season 4 is coming soon for Castlevania.
Good.
I think Warren Ellis is not going to be a part of it this time around. I don't know. He got in some hot water because I guess he was. I don't know exactly what happened. I'm trying not to get
Speculate.
super involved into like all of the horrible things that everybody does all the time. Like, but he did some not great things, I guess. So I think he got fired. But I don't know.
Oh my god. This is just
You got this.
I probably do, but
get
it's just
him.
taking so
Get her.
long. I feel so weak right now.
Damn it, Meg. Yeah, so Percy Jackson's the son of Poseidon. You've also got
Why?
let's see, what's her
Why
name?
is he the son of Poseidon? That's his
Poison.
thing for real?
Poseidon. I don't know. Poseidon banged his mom, so that's why he's the son of Poseidon.
But does he have water powers or what? Like, what
Yes, yeah, he does. He's got
Oh.
water powers. Yeah, he's
this
pretty
is like someone trying to talk to me about Harry Potter. I know nothing of that world really.
Harry Potter's pretty fun, man. I mean, J.K. Rowling kind of sucks as a person, but Harry Potter is a fun world.
I don't know. There are just certain things I've avoided, not necessarily intentionally. Just like
Yeah, I think you
I've
would. I
passed
think
it
you would
by in
enjoy.
life.
No way to patch up.
I think you would enjoy the Harry Potter stuff. I think you would really enjoy Lord of the Rings if you got into that, because it's just basically D&D. Because I mean, that's what D&D came from, is Lord of the Rings, you know. So
Sure, yeah.
yeah, but we'll talk a little bit more about it on the next episode.
That's the farthest I've come.
Did you hear how high I
Oh,
got
yeah,
there?
we're splitting these up.
Yeah. Well, let's go on to the next episode there, and then we'll keep on with our little conversations about all the fantasy stuff that you have been avoiding all these
That
years.
I don't know about.
And we'll
Yeah.
talk about your fears and why you've avoided them. Okay.
It probably all goes back to parental issues. Bye.